When people ask what blind people see, they usually imagine total darkness, black screen, endless night. But that assumption is already flawed. Blindness is not one single experience. It depends entirely on how and when someone lost their vision. Some people see nothing at all, some see light and shadows, some see blurry shapes, and some who were born blind don't see black, because black is still a visual concept. If you've never seen, you don't perceive darkness. You simply don't perceive sight. To understand this properly, imagine closing one eye. You don't see black from that eye. You just stop receiving information from it. There's no color, no darkness, just absence. For many people who are completely blind from birth, that's closer to reality. There's no visual field filled with black. There's simply no visual input at all. Now consider someone who lost their vision later in life. Their experience can be very different. Take the case of John Hull, a theology professor who lost his sight in adulthood due to illness. In his recorded journals, he described how his visual memories slowly faded over time. At first, he could recall faces clearly, but years later, even his wife's face became difficult to visualize. The brain adapts. When visual input disappears, the brain reorganizes itself. Regions that once processed sight begin enhancing other senses like hearing and touch. There's also a condition called Charles Bonnet Syndrome. Some blind individuals experience vivid visual hallucinations, patterns, people, landscapes, even though they know these images aren't real. This happens because the visual cortex is still active. When it doesn't receive input from the eyes, it sometimes generates its own imagery. It's not mental illness. It's the brain trying to compensate for missing signals. Not all blindness is total. According to global health data, most visually impaired people retain partial vision. Some see blurred outlines. Some detect movement. Others can distinguish bright light from darkness, but cannot identify objects. Diseases like glaucoma, cataracts, macular degeneration, and diabetic retinopathy all affect vision differently. For example, macular degeneration damages central vision, meaning a person may see clearly around the edges, but have a blank or distorted spot in the center. Glaucoma often reduces peripheral vision first, creating a tunnel-like effect. Now here's something most people underestimate. Blindness doesn't automatically mean heightened superpowers. The idea that blind individuals develop extraordinary hearing is exaggerated. What actually happens is neural adaptation. The brain reallocates processing power. Studies using brain scans show that in blind individuals, the visual cortex can activate during tasks like reading Braille or identifying sounds. The brain isn't supercharging senses, it's repurposing unused real estate. Let's bring this into a real human story. Consider someone like Erik Weihenmayer, who lost his vision at age 13 due to a degenerative eye disease. Instead of retreating, he trained his body and mind differently. He later became the first blind person to summit Mount Everest. When asked what climbing without sight feels like, he explained that he builds mental maps through touch, sound, and spatial awareness. He doesn't see the mountain. He constructs it in his mind using information from the environment. That's the key difference. Perception doesn't disappear, it shifts form. For those born blind, dreams are also different. If someone has never experienced sight, their dreams are built from sound, touch, emotion, and spatial awareness rather than images. But people who lose sight later in life often continue to have visual dreams for years. The brain uses stored memory. Over time, those visual elements may fade, depending on the individual. Another misconception is that blindness equals complete dependence. In reality, most blind individuals navigate independently using tools like white canes, guide dogs, echolocation techniques, and smartphone accessibility technology. Some even use active echolocation, producing clicking sounds with their tongue and interpreting the returning echoes to detect obstacles. Brain imaging studies show that this technique activates areas normally associated with vision. So what does a blind person see? The honest answer is, it depends. Some experience total absence of sight, some see light and color fragments, some experience internal imagery generated by the brain, and those who once had vision may carry fading visual memories that reshape over time. The bigger mistake is assuming blindness is defined by darkness. It's not darkness. It's a different sensory structure. Vision is only one way the brain understands the world. Remove it, and the brain reorganizes. Not magically, not supernaturally, biologically. And here's the reality most people overlook. Sighted individuals rely heavily on vision and often neglect other senses. Blind individuals are forced to build a more balanced sensory awareness. That doesn't make them superheroes. It makes them adaptive. Blindness isn't one uniform experience. It's a spectrum shaped by biology, timing, and neural plasticity. If you're imagining a black screen right now, understand this. That image is coming from your visual memory. For someone who has never seen, that concept doesn't even exist.